What up? Pre-debate stream in the house. It's like a pre-game for football. Should be a doozy. What up, Colt C in the house? Just a little, this will be a half hour, pre-game stream. It's like Fox Sports 9 a.m. Sundays. And, hopefully we'll have a lot to talk about. We'll do a post-debate stream as well. Debate night with Earl, indeed. We'll see what happens. I mean, should be a contentious debate. I'm hearing that Kamala is planning on ways to needle Trump, which will get the party started. I don't recall meeting Tony Mazur, to be honest with you. Where did we meet? Yes, I am Boulder Johnny. I honestly don't recall meeting him, to be honest with you. And I highly doubt that's what he said. I mean, I think you can ask anyone who's ever met me. I'm a lot of things. A dickhead. I am not. Unless you're a dickhead to me. Or you do me wrong in some capacity, then I, fight back as I see fit. Well, the cops did seem a little aggressive there, to be honest with you. I mean, I do think that, he could have been a little more compliant. But I mean, I understand what you're saying. Just roll down your window, give them your ID, but it's easy for us to, I'm not a cop, obviously. I've been pulled over. I think the last time I was pulled over, because I'm just re-upping my car insurance, was 1988. So 36 years ago. I'm sure, if I were Tyreek Hill, I would have rolled down the window. I would have put both hands on the steering wheel so they could see my hands. And I think I would guess that probably one of them would have recognized them, and the whole thing gets, oh, okay, man, just now. I had heard it was only 10 miles above the speed limit. Now you're saying you're telling me AC/DC 100 miles per hour. That's a different story. I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't followed it that much. I just saw the body cam footage, which the one cop who came up from behind him and kind of threw him down, that seemed a little aggressive. Now, Tyreek Hill is saying, I mean, let me look it up. I'm not doubting your word. Um, I'm not doubting your word, ACDC. How fast was I don't know how to spell Tyreek. Tyreek Hill. Let's see here. Citation says about 60 miles per hour. The officer who pulled over Tyreek Hill on Sunday estimated that the Miami Dolphins wide receiver was going about 60 miles per hour en route to Hard Rock Stadium, according to copies of the citation released. Now, I don't know. Um, well, I'm going off of what I'm seeing in USA Today. I'll go to another source. All right, we'll go to the New York Times. Well, let's go to the New York Times. Okay, let's go to the Sporting News. I think you have to have a subscription to the New York Times. Um, let's see. The Sporting News is saying 60 miles an hour. TMZ is saying 60 miles an hour. So it looks like 60 miles per hour. I don't know what in the construction zone, I would say it's under 55. So he was going, let's just say 10 miles over the speed limit. Um, you know, I don't think he helped himself, but I definitely think um, the one cop in particular uh, seemed very aggressive. Um, and I'm going to assume that was the one that was suspended. Um, Thank you, Lawrence C. Lyons. I do not trust the New York Times. I don't trust most newspapers. Uh, I mean, I look and now Tyreek Hill and his agent were saying that he was struggling sitting down because of an injury. Now, the cops don't know that, but it didn't seem like the amount of force that was used was necessary. Um, it's not like he put his hands in his pockets. So, listen. Uh, well, I mean, I haven't heard that part ACDC yet, um, but there is some validity to that. But in the middle, I don't know if he was late for the game. I don't know all the facts to be completely honest with you. I would say that he could have been more compliant. I wouldn't say he was completely outrageous. And listen, the cops come. You got to roll down your window, not roll it up, roll it down, roll it up. You're just giving these guys a reason. Like when I can so remember now. Granted, I'm a white dude driving a nice car in 1988, but I rolled down my window completely. It was on the freeway. Actually, it was kind of scary. The 405 at night. So I rolled down the window completely. I turned the car off. I put the keys on the dashboard and I put my hands on the steering wheel till he got up to the car, and we had a pleasant interaction. I mean, I wouldn't say ACDC that he instigated it completely. It's not like he, listen, I'm sure he's had bad experiences with cops. Yeah, I get being scared. Um, I think both sides were wrong. So, I think if he rolls down the window and just say, "Hey guys, do what you got to do," everything's cool. They take his driver's license. I guarantee you, this is what happens if he would have rolled down the window and had his hands on the wheel. They take his driver's license. They take it back to the car, and I think it was two cops originally say, "Shit, that's Tyreek Hill." Hey, Mr. Hill, just drive a little quicker. Um, Now let's actually the last time I was pulled over, I take that back. It was not 1988. It was when I was doing Cobb's in San Francisco with Rob Schneider. And Rob had a family emergency. So directly after the show, we left. And he said, drive as fast as you can. I'll pay for the ticket. So we're about halfway from San Francisco to LA. Of course, I get pulled over. And I was probably going 100, maybe a little less. And the cop, I roll down the window, hands on the steering wheel, and the cop gets to the front of the my side window. He's about to lay into me. You could tell he was like, "Do you know?" And Rob Schneider's like, "Hey, officer," and the cop instantly goes, "I was just making sure you weren't lost." Well, I can't say how he felt, AC/DC. I'm going to assume he was scared. I mean, you know, there have been a lot of incidents, and I love cops. Don't get me wrong. Listen, if someone broke into my home right now in the middle of this stream, I'm picking up the phone and calling 911. Or if I'm asleep at night and I, uh, you know, have a situation where I feel, the cops are needed, I'm calling 911. Um, but I'm not a black dude who grew up poor and probably had bad experiences with cops. So, I'm saying both sides are at fault. Um, I mean, I personally didn't think Tyreek was that aggressive towards the cops, but they don't know that he could be. Uh, Listen. Sadly, anyone who's driving that nice of a car, the cops are going to go, "How did you get the money to pay for this car?" Now, like I said before, if Tyreek Hill just has the window down, hands on the steering wheel, the cops take the license and registration. They go back to the car and go, "Fuck, man, that's Tyreek Hill, and there's a game today. Hey, Mr. Hill, we'll escort you to the parking lot." So um, what are you gonna do? Oh, I get the cop side too. I mean, I see both sides of it. Which is kind of funny because it's like the debate tonight. I see both sides of Trump and Harris. I mean, if I'm a cop and I'm pulling up um, on bet that's a $400,000 car, I'm going to just assume it's a drug dealer. Uh, that's wrong of me, but I also think that, um, listen, I think 95% of cops are good cops. Um, but even when the situation was de-escalated and Tyreek Hill's out of the car trying to sit down on the sidewalk, the one cop from behind was like, it's not like he made any quick movements and whatnot. So, you know, it's unfortunate. I do find it funny that I don't know who released the body cam footage. I guess the Florida sheriff, Miami sheriffs, Miami PD, they released the footage so fast. Uh, so kudos to them. I mean, it didn't exactly make that one officer look great, in my opinion. Um, I mean, it's and the ironic thing is Tyreek Hill says when he's retired from football, he wants to be a cop. So, Lawrence C. Lyons, are you on drugs? Your comments on my YouTube videos, I appreciate, but um, they are strange indeed. Uh, I'm switching gears for a second. We could still talk about Tyreek Hill. I'm sorry, Jordan Yates. I did not answer your question. Let's get to some more riveting questions, Earl. If you had to switch hogs with one 80s rock star, which hog are you taking? More importantly, who's getting the daddy man's juice? Hold before I answer that question. It's so hot right now. I have to get a drink. This pre-stream is brought to you by Prime. I'm gonna say Brett Michaels. But Tommy Lee's dick wouldn't suck either. I actually went to Tommy Lee's house once. It was an open house in Calabasas, and my friend wanted to. He was a realtor, and he said, "Hey, can I take you as a buyer? I got a surprise for you. I can't tell you whose house it is." And then I went and I saw all these Motley Crue records, and then the most amazing drum room recording studio I've ever seen. I've known Tommy's wife, Brittany, for years. I mean, I don't know. I think Tommy Lee's dick is pretty big from what I've seen. Ooh, man, it is hot. Now the heat wave's supposed to end tomorrow. I can't wait. You know it's hot out here when you take hot yoga to cool off. Hello. No, I don't think that was his house. Oh no, it was, but it was on PCH. This house was in Calabasas. It's crazy. There was like a tree in the living room. It was. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it was. I think it's the newer one. It's up in the hills of Calabasas in a gated community, and I mean, it wasn't like mind-blowingly nice, but it was still nice. Chris Storen, great South Northern California comic in the house. No, it's not too smoky where I'm at, but I'm in West Hollywood, so well, we don't really get the smoke. I mean, if you live in the foothills, you tend to get the smoke. There's a Crusty Demons of Dirt video filmed at his house, and no, this is definitely a house after that. Well, that's what Eric Bischoff did. Eric Bischoff could live anywhere in the world, and he lives in like the hills of either Idaho or Wyoming. So I don't know if I could do that, to be honest with you. I'm a city boy. So I think let me make sure the debate starts, I believe, at 5. Let's see. I think it's on channel 7. Yes, 5 p.m., guys. Are you sure? I think it's 5. Let me see here. I don't think they would have it that late. Oh, you're right. Okay, 6 o'clock. So, oh well. Well, I'll just take a nap before then. No problem, Dr. Nova. I'm here to please. No, his music studio at this house was on the ground floor. I mean, probably $1 million worth of recording gear and a soundproof room, then a drum room, and then a small room that you could do for voiceovers. And then, there was like a storage facility, like seemed to be what looked like hundreds of gold and platinum records all over the walls. Bedroom was pretty nice. Nice closet in the master bedroom. I mean, it was a nice house. I mean, I would live there. But man, Calabasas is far. Like, at nighttime, not so much, but like, um, if you had to go from say Calabasas to anywhere in the daytime, it's a lot. Um, it's a lot of traffic. I mean, we should see. Um, listen. I mean, they typically say debates don't win elections. They don't change people's minds. Someone who's right now as of 4:16 Pacific Standard Time voting for Harris or Trump is not going to vote for the other if whoever wins the debate. But this is such a close race that I think this debate will win the election for if someone wins decidedly. Um, and like it or not, Trump is a good debater because he's unorthodox. You don't know what he's going to say. Um, so I'm excited for this debate. I wish the mics weren't muted. I do think having muted mics is better for Trump because it gives him somewhat of a self-control. Ever been to Ojai? No, but my brothers went to high school out there. Ojai Preparatory School, I think. What up, Queen On? It is a big debate tonight, no doubt about that. No matter what side you're rooting for, I mean, it's probably going to be the only debate, so it's like a lot of pressure. Chris Mack in the house. I'll be going to the Kings rookie camp this Thursday, I believe. They're having a rookie tournament with I believe the Sharks, Ducks, and Vegas. I don't know if the Utah team. I am wised up, bro. Uh, that is interesting, Colt C. I'm not voting. I don't really like either candidate. Um, well, but I mean, Mike Tomlin. I mean, listen, he had the unfortunate, whatever you want to call it, uh, circumstance of having to play against Tom Brady. I mean, Tomlin. If Tom Brady's not in the AFC, the Steelers win two more Super Bowls. I'm convinced of it. Because Roethlisberger was probably the second best quarterback next to Brady. I mean, he doesn't get the credit for some because of some of his off-field stuff, and that's fine. But you know, Tomlin's record, it's like lately is 9-8, you know, 10-7. Like he's a player's player or a player's coach, but like you know, it's and Matt Canada, you don't have that excuse this year. And the quarterback position, it's a little rough right now. I mean, Fields looked pretty good. Who knows? I mean, they're playing Denver this week, so I'm going to guess Wilson's going to play in that game. He's going to be like Nick Nolte in North Dallas 40. He will be on that field. But the Steelers have a lot of offensive weapons, man. You got George Pickens, you got Harris and Warren out of the backfield. You got probably the second best pass catching tight end in Freiermuth. Calvin Austin is one of the fastest players in the league. There's no, and that the third running back is it Cam Patterson or something Patterson? He's a good change of pace guy. So it's going to be an interesting year for the Steelers. I'm not saying I want Tomlin fired, but at some point it's like, okay, I don't want another 9-8 season. I'd rather go 3-14 and get a good pick, and that's the problem. The Steelers haven't had a high pick in so long. I mean, at some point it almost pays to lose. It's just the way it works. Yeah, Patriots look, my favorite is Big Wednesday. Yeah, I mean that we got. I mean, if you're a fantasy football player and you had drawing a blank on the kicker's name, what is Chris? What is the Steelers kicker's name? I'm trying to complete Chris Boswell. What a day for him, because like when I played fantasy football, here's how the points were for the field goal. So you obviously get 3 points. If you hit 50 yards or higher, you get an extra 2 points. So a 50-yard field goal would be 5 points, and then anything after that, you get a bonus point for every yard. So that first 57-yarder, that's a 12-point field goal. He then had a 56-yarder, so that's an 11-point field goal. So just those 2 field goals alone is 23 points. Then I think he had 3 more field goals. So he had 30-plus points just by himself. What up, Gavin House? To jerk off. I love it. I love it. Uh, well, I mean, I probably could be. I got too many skeletons, man. They'd bring up one ex-girlfriend, this ex-girlfriend. Forget it. I'm not getting involved with that shit. Well, I mean, Junior, I think so many people on her side hate Trump. They don't really care what her policy, if she even has one, is. So, it'll be interesting. I mean, listen, the debate, this, I haven't been this excited for a debate in a long time. So, I mean, she's a prosecutor, so she's gonna be very like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and Trump's like G, F, B, M, so it's just two contrasting styles. So it's gonna be an awesome shit show. Um, but I think, Chris, that's how it all. What up, Kip Smith in the house? I think that's how it's always been. I mean, if you really look back at 2016, Jeb Bush was probably the most qualified candidate on the Republican side in terms of he ran Florida. He was a pretty popular governor, and just Trump came in, and within one sentence, it wasn't even a fucking sentence. It was low energy Jeb. He just ruined him. So you know, Kamala seems high on Xanax all the time. I mean, Trump seems a little loopy too at point. I mean, I'm not talking Biden loopy, but we'll see what's happening tonight. Well, I mean, I've never like William. I've had some bad breakups, but even most of my ex-girlfriends would speak highly of me. Um, most beefers are bipartisan, 100%. Uh, yeah, but that's what I'm saying, though. I mean, um, Jeb Bush, political dynasty. Politics were his life, and just you got to give Trump this, whether you like him or dislike him. He is amazing. Um, Bro, I don't need you to tell me how to have my political beliefs align, Junior. You seem to troll a lot in here, which is fine, but don't tell me how I should behave in my own stream. Um, well, I think you are right, Gavin. Um, I mean, she's never really been called out. She doesn't do interviews. And the one thing I like about Trump is that he'll go on CNN or MSNBC. Kamala would never go on Fox. Um, well, Jeb just had no personality, and I think that's half the thing um, we vote for. I mean, Clinton was magnanimous. He really was. Like, he drew you in. Trump is the same. Um, well, I mean, Trump is great at labeling his opponents. Little Marco. So every time you look at Marco Rubio, you go, this guy is kind of little, and there's no way he could stand up to the big bad Russians. He's little. Um, and then, who else was Ben Carson? I mean, the only thing I didn't like is that Ben Carson was just an average brain surgeon. There are no average brain surgeons. You're either good or you don't do it. I mean, Junior, I'll be honest with you. I have a hard time, and I voted for Trump in 2020, but because his financial policies line up with my needs. But you know, I can't really. I never really got past the grab him by the pussy stuff. I got sisters, I got nieces, um, and my God, how many sexual assaults is this guy going to be accused of? Like, open your eyes, bro. Uh, oh, Trump is a great troll. And he's got great timing of a stand-up comic almost when, was it Megyn Kelly was, "You've called women whores, losers, ugly," and with the perfect comedy timing, he was like, "Only Rosie O'Donnell." I mean, it was funny. Um, but I think, the kind of that line of attacks on Kamala, they're not gonna work, um, this time around. Like, that I didn't know she was black, you know? This is man, this is 2024, it just doesn't look good. You grow up Junior Coltrane. I'm assuming you're married, have a girlfriend, have a daughter, or whatever, and you wanna vote for a guy who says, "Grab him by the pussy, you can do anything you want with him," cheats on his wife when she just had his kid. Come on, man. He's a piece of shit. And I voted for him. But, you seem to have Trump blinders on and he does everything perfectly. No, I wasn't. I didn't vote for Clinton. Um, so I was not all right with Clinton. And I mean, yeah, but dude, Queen on, I've been in a lot of locker rooms in my life. Uh, and I've been in a lot of locker room talks. I've never heard that before in a locker room. And I've been in some pretty dank locker rooms. I've never heard a guy say, "Hey, Skakel, you can grab her by the pussy if you want." I'm sorry, man. I've been in more locker rooms than Trump. Played hockey for 35 years. Football, high school for a couple, you know. Uh, oh, 100%. Well, I need jobs in the financial future too, bro. You think I'm making a living doing these streams? But I let you talk how you talk, Junior, and even William and AC/DC aren't the best of friends, but they get along in here. I don't censor anybody. Uh, I mean, I have not, William, and I've been around stand-up comedy for 25 years. Um, so while Earl votes by man jokes talk, I mean, there's a reason he lost in 2020 to a totally incompetent Biden. Junior, you seem like you will not admit to anything that Trump does wrong. He lost in 2020. I hope you're not one of those. He got his ass handed to him by maybe one of the worst presidents in the history of this country. Well, then vote for William Zoom, Queen on. I mean, listen, they both have to prove themselves tonight. Yeah, but Dice ain't running for president. like, uh, listen, tonight is big for both. Trump's got to prove that, he can argue policy, and Kamala's got to prove that she can argue policy. If I'm Trump, here's how I would, and then we'll leave and we'll come back after the debate. Well, if you can vote for a guy, and Junior, I voted for the guy, but to just ignore his sexual assaults and I don't care about Stormy Daniels. He's just a scummy guy who cheated on his wife. You know, when she's barely 2 months with your child. But you know, ask E.G. and Carol about what a great guy Trump is. Lawrence Taylor and Bill Lambert met in a dark alley. Who walks out? That's a tough one. That's the Apprentice TV show. You got to give Trump that. Earl doesn't remember the first time in history they stopped counting votes and came back the next morning with millions of mail-in ballots for one guy. None of them. But listen, do I think it's weird that Biden got 83 million votes? I do. I don't think that um, Biden, who for 50 years was a fairly unpopular politician, I mean, he was just kind of a vanilla politician, all of a sudden got more votes than Obama. But, I think there's fraud on both sides, but I do think Trump lost. Um, so Earl is so no, I'm really see that's how big of an idiot you are. I watch Fox News much more than I do CNN and MSNBC. See, that's what's wrong with people like you, Junior, is you throw out that Earl's a CNN viewer. I would say, now I watch all three, to be honest with you, but I would break down my viewing as, you know, Fox and MSNBC 40%, Newsday and CNN 10%. So you should really know what you're talking about before you're just a troll, bro, and that's fine. You stimulate dialogue. Well, I mean, Junior, you literally gave me 2 seconds to answer. Um, can I name a single policy of Kamala's? Yeah, she's pro women's rights, pro abortion. There. Speaking of politicians, is it true you broke up Vicky Hamilton's band by taking them to meet some porn queen? I did. I had Lonely World meet Kate Kennedy, and the boys were never the same after that. Can you name a single Trump policy? Yeah, the border. Close up that border. Get all the illegals out. See? What are you going to do now, Junior? Fuck. Come on. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not a fan of Biden. I'll tell you that much. That's something even me and Coltrane can acknowledge. Well, like I said, I have DirecTV, so I literally watch MSNBC and Fox 40% each, and then, um, uh, I would say, Newsday or Newsmax. I think I said Newsday 10%, and then CNN 10%. I mean, they're all full of shit. You know, um, 20 million already got in country. Yeah, 100%. I agree with you there. Um, is Kay Kennedy your cousin? I wish. Um, yeah, politics is low hanging fruit of trolling. Do better, JC. No, he can talk. He can say what he wants. Just like I call him out when he says I watch CNN, which is the channel I literally watch the least. Uh, Earl, who do you think loves America more, Trump or Kamala? Well, I don't know either person, to be honest with you. I think Trump loves power, and the Democrats love power too. Um, but you seem so pro-Trump, your head is in the fucking weeds. And I voted for the guy, so you can't say, "Well, you're just I'm in the middle, baby." Days with Jordan the Lion, $5. Would you hire a Trump's hairstylist? No, I wouldn't. I'd hire Junior Coltrane's stylist. Thank you, Jordan. Unnecessary. I think Trump, I don't think Kamala hates America. Um, listen, I'm not a fan of her and the Democrats lying the last year, at least the last year, of hiding Biden's cognitive decline. So, um, if Trump Vance wins, we'll have 2 trans in office. They wear more makeup than any woman I know. Hello. I gave you a chance to come up with a Kamala policy, but couldn't. I just said she's pro-abortion. What the fuck is that? It's for women's rights. ACDC. Yeah, I mean, I don't censor the chat, so um oh, I don't care. I don't care what Junior Coltrane believes. I mean, I think both parties are full of shit. I do like Trump's policies on the border. I just want people here, um legally. So, Trump's aggressiveness on shoring up the border and kicking out those who are here illegally, I like. But, you know, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Yeah, well, but see, that's the thing. That's the thing in the Earlverse. I'd rather argue with Junior Coltrane than talk about fucking Ray DeVito and Joey C. As annoying as Junior Coltrane is to me, and I'm sure I'm annoying to him, I'd much rather talk to him than talk about the Dabbleverse. Uh, I have watched a uh, Trump campaign rally speech, and I would describe them in one word: rambling. But I'm in awe of his ability to do a 2-hour speech with no teleprompter. They are eating our cats now. All right, Junior, it's time for you to switch over to the Alex Jones and Michael Savage hour. Um, Speaking of the 40th anniversary, I didn't know there was a Poison 40th anniversary tour. Let me get Vicky on. I'm trying to get tickets for my friend to see Motley Crue at the Troubadour. That's going to be a tough ticket. Hit the like button too, please. Earl is a dog guy. He ain't helping cats. 100%, 100%. Um, Trump is the Melton of rallies. Yeah, I mean, it's just unbelievable. 2 hours. I mean, Biden couldn't go 20 minutes and do an impromptu speech, but um, it's going to be a great debate. I mean, we're fired up. I mean, listen, Junior, I'll be streaming after the debate. Come on in here and let's fucking talk it up again. Uh, I mean, my biggest issue is people here illegally. I don't think it's much. It's like if we went to Russia. Look at Russia. You go to Russia, you have to like check in with like 5 different fucking agencies before you're allowed in there. Look at Israel, same thing. Like, that's why no one's ever hijacked an El Al flight because you literally have to go through 5 fucking security checkpoints. The U.S. we just seem to let everyone in, and that's why we got attacked on 9/11. Just come on in. We train the fucking pilots. Um, but seriously, who would win in a fight, Lawrence Taylor or Bill Lambier? I don't know. I mean, Lawrence Taylor seems like he'd be a little nutty, especially if he was on the yayo. Uh, but I mean, like if I went to Israel tomorrow, there's no way I could just go there and never come back. Like they'd be tracking me, going, "What are you doing here? What's your purpose?" You know, where the borders, especially the U.S. Mexico border, it's like you come in and who knows where these people end up. Um, oh, well, I mean, I'm going to assume that ABC, they're rooting for Harris. You just know that. And so, I mean, I do wish Kamala would uh, do a Fox debate. It's fair. I mean, you got to give Trump this. He goes on CNN, does their debate, MSNBC does their debate, and then Kamala. I'm trying so hard to say it correctly because I've grown up saying Kamala. Um, you know, I mean, if you saw LT's WrestleMania match, he didn't look bad. Yeah, but he was against an aging and broken down Bam Bam Bigelow. By the way, great AEW pay per view Sunday. A little long, I thought, but very good. Um, I don't know what purpose the Swerve Hangman match served. I mean, it was kind of like, okay, I don't really get this, but um, well, I mean, you can get into Russia, but they follow you around. Like they know exactly what you're doing at all times. Whereas, in the U.S., people get here illegally, and we just lose track of them. No, 100%. But I think it would really show, hey, have Hannity debate, be the debate moderator. I mean, listen, I say Kamala just because he was the wrestler I watched the most as a kid, so I'm trying to say Kamala. So, I mean, but that, I always go back to the Israeli El Al Airlines, they've never had a hijacking because you literally they wanna know what you're doing, why you're going there, why you're going there for vacation. Like, it's insane. There will be, for sure, some FSB agents tracking you if you went to Russia. They'd follow any high-profile tourist. But I like that. I'm not going to Russia ever, but, like, every time I tie my boots for work, I think of Bam Bam Bigelow. He said to put your full body weight into the boot when you lace it. He was 100% right. I never knew that. I never knew that. Both candidates will spend the evening lying. Yeah, I mean, both candidates are going to lie. It's not just one or the other. Grapes and child abductions have gone up. Grapes. Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah, I appreciate you, Junior, not trying to get my stream taken down. You- Earl, I mean, listen, Junior, we could cite different stats all day. I mean, Trump's the only convicted felon to ever run for president. What does that mean? Earl should get some head tattoos. No, I'm good on that. No, thank you. Uh, China is more direct about it. You don't get through customs without installing their surveillance app on your devices. But I mean, that's why, and I mean, listen, it's an extreme measurement, but I'd be down with that. I'm here legally. Why shouldn't everyone else be? It's not that hard. Do you think Hangman was giving Swerve a Botox injection? Well, I've been to an XPW show where my buddy The Body put a hypodermic needle through his dick. So that didn't really um, wasn't really that shocking to me. When you go to XPW and see what I've seen, a hypoderm. I mean, listen, I don't understand the purpose of putting Hangman over. Uh, yeah, I don't like that. I would have kept Swerve as the champ. To be honest with you, I think he's a great champ. But it's Tony Khan's company. Junior, let me ask you this: is there anything you think Trump has done wrong? I mean, you're all pro Trump, pro Trump, pro Trump. He does nothing wrong. He's a god. Uh, I mean, whose lies will break through to the American people? They said, well, yeah, it's we're just keeping it real in here. We'll go about another 10 minutes, and well, he was E. Jean Carroll. He lost that case. Uh, I mean, he's got 34 felony indictments that he lost. Millions of innocent people are convicted every day in America. I mean, but you seem so pro-Trump, it's almost like at some point, like, do you think Trump has done anything wrong, Junior Coltrane? You can't like the guy this much. Trump does a lot wrong, but he's only human. But like but and that's fine. I do a lot wrong. But why don't you say that about Biden? Hold on, I'm getting a text. My avails at the Comedy Store. Let me check that out. Okay, I'm there Friday nights and Saturday nights. So if you are in LA, please come to the Comedy Store Friday or Saturday night. I'll take care of it. Sorry, this is unprofessional, but I now have to change my dates on the Instagram. Hold on here. I'm just moving and grooving, baby dolls. Friday, 12. Excuse me, I don't have a producer, so I have to Okay. Uh, Marty's wants to know if you can close out the Saturday night show. Marty's, that's an old school reference there. Mm, Old school reference. Marty's. Well, I support the person who can run a successful business. Well, that's the problem. I don't know how many of Trump's businesses are successful. Warren Buffett, Elon Musk. I'd vote for Elon Musk over anyone. I'm anti-fascist. Good for you. Uh, don't want to be associated with Nazis. Me neither, man. I'm Jewish. Um, so there you go. All right, we're gonna do another 9 minutes. Then we're gonna take a break. We're gonna watch the debate. And how many are successful? He's a damn. How do you know he's a billionaire? How do you know he's a billionaire? It's all paper, bro. Elon Musk is a billionaire. Trump's lied so many times about his personal income. Come on, dude. Deutsche Bank. Yeah, I mean it's all paper. Earl, you just turn everything. I don't. You turn everything positive. Like you don't say anything negative about Trump. It's like you're almost forcing me to say something negative because it's like, oh, he's the greatest guy on earth. He does nothing wrong. You know, you're just trolling, bro, and that's fine. I've let you say everything you wanted in here. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that McMahon thing on Netflix. That's gonna be interesting, especially since um, the WWE is going to Netflix. All right, well, I'll say something positive about him. I think his border policies are correct. DOJ lied about Trump money. Well, I mean, it's hard to, and when you say someone's a millionaire, a billionaire, or whatever, um, it really depends on how you look at it. On paper, because of my family businesses, I'm a multimillionaire. But if I wanted to buy a $3 million home tomorrow, I couldn't. So to me, I'm not really a millionaire. Um, Trump has one of the well, we're not gonna. His hairstyle's a little wonky, to be honest with you. I mean, I would say Mar-a-Lago. I mean, my family's in commercial real estate. I would say Mar-a-Lago. I mean, I'm just going off of visually. I definitely don't think it's worth $1 billion or $2 billion. Bel Air Country Club, that's worth a couple $1 billion. Uh, bro, I mean, Junior, like I know so many people who I know a guy who has a Ferrari. You think, oh my God, this guy's rich. He barely can afford the lease, but he does it to look cool. Um, you know, anyone can ride around in a limo. Do you know how many limos I've been in, bro? Does it mean I'm rich? Not being negative, bro, but like, how many people have super nice cars? It's that scene in Boiler Room. I'm not going to say the words they use, but you know, you have a Ferrari, but you don't have $10 to put in the gas tank. Um, Trump's whole life is a tax write-off. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't mind the tax write-offs. Uh, but I mean, anyone could, uh, lease a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or whatever. You can lease a nice house. Russell Peters, he has money. Truth Social. They should have called it Trump Social. Truth Social just went public, and Trump make 3 point. Yeah, but he can't collect any of it right now. He has to wait like 6 months. I mean, you seem like you believe everything that's pro Trump. Um, Stephen Adler got financial advice from Earl. If Stephen Adler got financial advice from me, he wouldn't be in this current predicament. Zoom. Yeah, but where do you get your facts and numbers from? Google? You could find anything. Uh, are you surprised your cousin is boys with Trump? From my favorite name in the Earlverse, beloved ball washer. I'm just saying all that stuff isn't a sign of wealth when it's all a write-off. What's in the bank is the decider. 100%. You know, you could own land, and on paper, you're a millionaire. Well, no, he's not in dire straits, but like, if he asked me for help, um, he'd be a lot better off financially, I think. Yeah, but even if you have an Amex Black card, you're just delaying payment for all the dinners and nice shit you buy. Um, yeah, but most of them don't make any money, Junior. He's in debt, a tremendous amount of debt. Like the Trump brand is, you know, it's not a great brand worldwide. I hate to break it to you. And keep in mind, I voted for Trump in 2020. Yeah, I mean, you know, I should let Extraneous and Junior argue. I mean, I don't know what to tell you anymore, Junior. I mean, you're so pro-Trump, it's just like you're hard to talk about him with because in your eyes, he does nothing wrong. You know, I mean, Extraneous is pretty on the money there. And, I think Trump just, I don't believe shit from Google alone. So let's see the paperwork. Gavin House, $5. Earl, are you a Cher fan? Just started listening to her recently, and she's great. Gay or not, maybe a little. I mean, she does have a gay fan base, so you might want to. Earl. No, I didn't say every. No, it's not though. I've already proven you wrong. You said Earl, you listen to CNN when I actually listen to CNN the least, and I voted for him. So, I mean, you just seem like you're so up Trump's ass, you refuse to even consider he's full of shit on a lot of things. Release the tax returns. If he's such a billionaire, release the tax returns. Warren Buffett releases his. Google it. Hit the like button and then Google it. But that's great you voted for Obama twice. You're right on that, William Zoom. I mean, I voted for Trump in 2020. I couldn't vote for him in 2016 just because the grab him by the pussy stuff, man. Like, I just couldn't get past that. Imagine quoting John Oliver. I can't, but like, you know, but I mean all of them, William Zoom. When you say you're so rich and, you know, how come he has to borrow money from friends? The Learning Tree, Big Bill. I'm not feeling that black dude in the Learning Tree. What's his name? Jordan. I'm not feeling it. I do work in a comedy club. I love it though. I don't care if people agree with me or disagree with me. It's I'd rather talk politics with Junior than, like I said, talk about Ray DeVito and whatever. Who cares about Trump's bank account? That's on him. Well, I do when he's running the country. If you say you're a billionaire, it shouldn't be a problem to prove it. All right, Junior, we got 30 seconds left. Final thoughts. So here's a schedule tonight. Let's see when the debate ends. Um, No, it starts at 6. Was it an hour and a half? So, oh, it's a long one. 7:30. She's 2 hours. Jesus Christ. So we'll be back online about 8 o'clock my time. 8 o'clock my time. That's Pacific Standard Time. If we all donate $5, the name Skakel could be across Trump Tower someday. Yeah, let me before I leave, let me thank the super tippers, the chatters, whatever you want to call them. A Days with Jordan the Lion, the great. Check out Jordan's travel vlog. You could see a recent video that I was in about Roddy Piper. You could see the newest video about Sensational Sherry. And Gavin House, I believe that's $5 UK money. Thank you very much. Appreciate the financial support. And Skakel Tower has a nice ring to it. A Colt C, 4.9. Yes, let's all send $5 to Earl for to get my name on Trump Tower. A Colt C, $4.99 for Skakel Tower. Thank you very much, Colt C. I thought his wang was called Skakel. You know, you guys love Skakel Tower is about 11 inches. It's really not, to be honest with you. I tell the truth. You guys have all. By the way, I will send you guys dick pics for $100. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It ain't 11 inches. I'm telling you that right now. I mean, I've never measured my pee-pee before. Let's just say this: it's big enough to leave a smile on your face. I'll be back if I can manage to stay up after the debate, or if not, I'll catch you next time, Thursday night. I'm not sure, Chris Mack. You know, I might do one tomorrow. Who knows? Is the Hustler billing available? It might be. Patty Please told me. I bet she did, Jordan. I bet she did. Earl's not black. No, I'm not. I begged for the proof. Bigger than the TV remote. Yes, it is. Yeah, I mean, it filled up a Ritz cracker sleeve, so you figured out. Trump. All right, Junior Coltrane. I'll see you over in the Michael Savage Discord. Jesus, when we're talking about Donald Trump having a 13-inch dick, come on. Earl, did you text Kate Quigley about her a tweet? No, I replied to it. Trump does have big hands, though. But according to Stormy Daniels, he does not have a 13-inch PP. Yes, Patrick Melton. I have sent Melton my dick pic. Just for the laughs. Jordan, thank you, buddy. Shout out Kate Quigley. Great tits, even if they're fake. Just a little toad, longer than a tuna can. I don't even know what you guys are talking about anymore. The stream is OOC. Don't forget, next Tuesday night, early evening, September 17th, we will be doing the Earl Skakel birthday stream. I'd like to get 100 people in here, 100 likes, and I don't need your money, honey, but let's. I think the all-time Skakel Earlverse financial record was $219. Maybe we could break it. Speaking as a gay man, no president in the last 50 years has had a smaller dick energy than Trump. You know, Melton jack to that pig. Not joking. Super chat birthday party, 100%. That's a good day. It's also my parents' 41st anniversary. I love it. I don't need your money, Queen on. So, but I just think that for fun, it's one day out of the year where we break the Skakel Earlverse financial piggyback. So, all right, guys, we will be back in 3 hours, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tell a friend. Junior Coltrane, you are as annoying as fuck, but I appreciate the dialogue. And we'll see you guys in like 3 hours. 3 hours.